what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another video. Today for you guys I have a pretty damn big update speaking towards Paris Games Week and Sony's plans for it. Now as you guys should probably know, Paris Games Week is happening on the 30th of October. Here in my country it's currently the 30th, so for me it's going to be happening on the 31st. As of right now, Paris Games Week, the live PlayStation conference that's going to be happening there, is going to be starting in like less than 14 hours. This is as of the time of me recording this video. It's probably going to be different by the time you guys are watching this video. Now we already know that Sony have pretty big plans for this Paris Games Week this year, which is always very exciting. However, the excitement and hype behind Sony's attendance at this event has just increased tenfold. A couple of days ago, Sony posted out a new blog post talking about their plans for Paris Games Week, and this is what they said. They said here, the year is winding to a close, but PlayStation is just getting started. This Monday, October 30th, PlayStation's Paris Games Week Media Showcase will begin at 9 AM Pacific Time, but plan to tune in early at 8 AM. We'll begin with an introductory livestream featuring 21 game updates, including 7 all-new game announcements for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR. You won't want to miss out. So that right there is some really exciting news. Sony have just confirmed that there is going to be 21 new game updates, as well as 7 brand new game announcements for PlayStation 4 as well as PlayStation VR. So first things first, let's talk about the Kingdom Hearts side of things, because I know that's what you guys are most interested in. Last week we got the rumored Kingdom Hearts Mega Bundle Collection that was listed on the German Amazon site, as well as another German video game website known as Koch Media. Now a lot of us are assuming that if this is indeed real, Paris Games Week is going to be the place in which this will get revealed, and it will most likely get revealed during PlayStation's livestream. Now whether this falls under the category of a new game or an update, who exactly knows? Technically it's not really a new game, it's more so a collection of all of the different Kingdom Hearts games bundled together, so I would say this would come under the category of a game update. So let's talk about the new games. First things first, I'm really crossing my fingers that Sucker Punch stepped forward to present their brand new project, whatever it might be. It's been a really long time since we last saw really anything from Sucker Punch. The last thing was Infamous Second Son back in 2014. They've made some of my favorite video games over the years, including the Infamous series, as well as, of course, Sly Raccoon. And there's been word floating around that Sucker Punch have a brand new project in the making. Whether this is a continuation of Sly, or maybe a continuation of Infamous, or a brand new IP, no one is too sure. The other thing I'd like to see is a Ratchet & Clank Future HD collection. This is something that I've been waiting for, and whether or not this is actually going to happen one day, who exactly knows? I've recently gone through a lot of the different Ratchet & Clank Future series, including Future Tools of Destruction, A Crack in Time, and Into the Nexus, and while I was playing through those games, I was kind of thinking to myself, these would look absolutely amazing on the PlayStation 4, with higher resolution, improved frame rate, and the thing that I personally want most of all is trophy support for Future Tools of Destruction. Future Tools of Destruction, I believe, was a launch title for PlayStation 3, but back when the PlayStation 3 first launched, there was no such thing as trophies. Trophies came later on in an update, so unfortunately Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction doesn't actually have trophy support because of that exact reason. It is also Ratchet & Clank's 15th anniversary this year, similar to that of Kingdom Hearts, which is kind of crazy, so perhaps maybe Insomniac are thinking about doing something to commemorate the 15th anniversary. We'll just have to wait and see. The next thing that I'd love to see is Bloodborne 2. This is always on my wish list, whether it be, you know, E3 or the Tokyo Game Show, or really any sort of major PlayStation event. I desperately want Bloodborne 2. Bloodborne 1 was absolutely amazing. It was kind of my entry into that Dark Souls-esque sort of gameplay, and I just love it. The Victorian Gothic era that it's set in, the gameplay itself, the fact that it's a little bit more fast-paced than what's found in Dark Souls. I love it. All of it is absolutely perfect, so I would love to see Bloodborne 2. Now, the important thing to note down here is Sony did mention that these 7 new games will be PlayStation 4 games and PlayStation VR games. Now I'm gonna go out here on a whim and say that the majority of these new game announcements will most likely be PlayStation VR games, which is kind of disappointing. That's just my feeling anyway. I kind of feel like we're probably gonna get like 4 new PlayStation VR games and then get like 3 PlayStation 4 game reveals. There is also the possibility of indies being classified as new PlayStation 4 game reveals as well. So when it comes down to it, we might not even get reveals for major AAA titles or like HD collections. It might just be be a bunch of indie titles, as well as a couple of PlayStation VR titles. So don't get your hopes up too high, but I would say out of the bunch of different stuff that Sony are going to be presenting at Paris Games Week, there's at least going to be a couple of different things that will be worth it. Now, when looking towards game updates, Sony have mentioned that they're going to be including 21 new game updates, which is quite a bit right there. Now, first things first, I think it's safe to say that God of War will most likely end up getting a new trailer or some new updates towards that game. It is scheduled for a 2018 release, and hell, I mean, maybe we might even get the release date for God of War at Paris Games Week. However, though, this is one game that I'm definitely keeping my eye out for. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's kind of like a reboot of the God of War series, and the cinematic type of gameplay looks very interesting. My one worry for this game is that it's kind of taken away from that classic God of War style, but still the cinematic style is really welcoming, so I'm interested to see more on God of War, and perhaps maybe we might get a new trailer and hopefully a release date. The next thing is Final Fantasy VII, an update on Final Fantasy VII, because oh my god, it's just been so damn long since we last received anything to do with the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I am begging Square to see more of this game. The last time we actually saw anything to do with Final Fantasy VII, well, anything substantial, was back in 2015 during the PlayStation Experience event. Since then, we've had a few comments from Tetsuya Nomura talking about the project itself, but like I was saying, when looking towards something substantial like a trailer, it's been an extremely long time, so maybe Paris Games Week might just fit in a little bit of that Final Fantasy VII goodness. Next up is Days Gone. Similar to God of War, this is another title that is scheduled to release in 2018. I feel like Paris Games Week will most likely give us a new trailer and some more information on the title. And last up is Spider-Man. This is a highly anticipated game from Insomniac. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. It actually looks really cool. So many different reminiscent feels of the Spider-Man 2 game, but in this game, and I like that because Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 2, that's a goddamn classic. But guys, that's all the news and information for today. I thought I'd get this video out a little bit earlier, just considering the fact that Paris Games Week starts very shortly, so we're going to be getting all of those announcements and reveals very shortly. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we do get some really good goodness out of this event. In the comment section down below, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions towards all of this. What are you hoping to see from Paris Games Week? Let me know, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.